Hey guys, Patrick here with Drumsoft. Hope you're well. So, the thing that I wanted to talk about today is using your fingers to get the speed that you want out of your playing. So, for a lot of beginner drummers, they struggle with this. I know I did when I was first starting. When you get to a certain speed, if you're not using your fingers, if your fingers don't kick in to control the bounce of the stick, to manipulate the bounce of the stick, the natural rebound of the stick off the head or the pad, then your wrists are just not going to keep up. For example, when I'm playing this slow, I don't have to use my fingers. My wrist is doing all the work. But at a certain point when I start to speed up, my wrists cannot keep up. They simply cannot produce the same desired result. For example, see, I can only go so fast, and I look really silly playing like this as well. And plus, the playing doesn't sound too good either. It sounds like I'm really kind of killing the head, and that'll absolutely kill your wrist. So the key is to, at a certain point, let your fingers take over and do the work. And the way that happens is your fingers start to control a natural bounce that comes from striking the head. So when I strike the head, see, there's a couple of bounces there. If I just let the stick fall, you see, I get a lot of bounces there. And so the only thing the fingers are doing is really manipulating that bounce by helping to kind of scoop it back up. Right, so now my fingers are playing an active role and can help produce the type of speed that I want when I go quicker. So to kind of demonstrate it a bit further, the question sometimes comes into play, especially when you're first starting, is, where do I hold the drumstick? And really what I found personally is that you want to hold it about 4 inches up from the base of the stick. So that's kind of where you get a nice equilibrium of bounce. So that's where I'm holding it right now, where the fulcrum is. That's where your thumb and index finger is holding the stick, and your other fingers are just lightly resting on the bottom here. And so I get a nice bounce. Now, for example, if I held the stick just an inch or two north of this spot, then I wouldn't get, it's hard for me to get any bounce, right? No bounce. If I held the stick just an inch or two behind the fulcrum where you should be holding the stick, too far back on the drumstick, then I get very little bounce, right? It just kind of dies. But if you hold it right in the ideal spot, as I mentioned, 4 inches from the base, you get the ideal amount of bounce out of it. Okay? So number one, make sure you're holding your stick, your fulcrum's in the right place on the stick. Okay? So there you go. Now I'm controlling the bounce, and that's the secret to speed. You build up is just manipulating the natural rebound that you're getting from the head. And so now, when I'm playing and I need to go quicker, my fingers are going to kick in. So all those little quick rolls are because of your fingers. There you go. Thanks guys for tuning in, and can't wait for the next one.